Good morning. My name is Greg Nowicki. I am the chair of Resurrection Lutheran and Church and Schools Board of Information Technology. We are usually referred to as BIT. We are a fairly new board. We're only about 8 years old, mostly because we really didn't need that kind of technology 8 years ago. So we decided to form it. In addition to me, the BIT consists of Andy Lewis and Phil Yarrington. It is a small group, and we're always looking for other church members who are interested in assisting with our ministry. So why am I standing before you? Sometimes the boards are black boxes to church members. They have no idea what functions these boards provide. So I'd like to give you some insight. Well, as you can probably tell, I'm not one of those people comfortable talking in front of people. I do appreciate the opportunity to give you all an insight and a brief overview of what BIT does for Resurrection. First and foremost, like the Board of Trustees, we are a support board. That is a board whose work supports the other groups in the church and school. We usually don't deal directly with church members, but with other board members, unless, of course, something electronic breaks. It was determined some years ago that technology was becoming a vital component for all of the church's functions. We could have remained an organization that relied on a lot of manual effort, which doesn't require much computer equipment, but we did not believe that was our future. The state of church automation 8 years ago was a disaster waiting to happen. We had no centralized data storage, no backups, no hardware reliability, slow network communication, and other troublesome things. As a group, it was felt that we needed a more formalized structure that would maintain Resurrection's infrastructure and plan for the future. Hence, we formed BIT. I'd like to provide a brief rundown of what we are currently responsible for at the church and school. It can be broken down into two areas: hardware and its corresponding component, computer software, and services. Under hardware, we maintain about 15 computers for church use. It is spread across staff members, such as pastor, church administrator, church financial secretary, etc. AV tasks, the service slides you see before you, the streaming video we put out, and more. DVD creation, and there are many other duties that are involved also. The church owns about the same number of computers, 6 of which are in their computer lab, providing students with a structured technology education. The church also has a network-attached file server. This is where all the material generated by the church is stored so it can be centrally accessed and controlled. We operate a state-of-the-art firewall and router. This protects all of the Resurrection's computers and data from unauthorized external access, while also limiting what external material can be accessed by internal users. We maintain the internal network consisting of switches, cabling, and firewall. BIT supports different networks for the church and school. This protects one set of computers from the other since they don't really need to access each other's resources. The sound and video systems fall under BIT's control. In addition to what you see on a weekly basis here in the nave, the fellowship and youth rooms have complete AV equipment which allows the displaying of video and sound amplification. Under the umbrella of services, BIT controls and trains the personnel involved in displaying slides, operating the soundboard, working the camera, and enabling our newest service, internet streaming. While this looks like a daunting task, the soundboard itself, I think we get a picture. Yes, there. No, we'll get a picture later of the soundboard. Soundboard itself looks very intimidating. It's really not that difficult to operate, and we provide lots of training in its use. So please volunteer. I promise this is my last plea for help during this talk. The same people who operate the AV system are in control of operating and creating DVDs for our church members who are unable to attend services. While we see this slowly tapering off with streaming taking its place, for right now it is a critical part of our unit ministry. BIT is responsible for Resurrection's website. While we only generate a small portion of the material there, and we are not doing the actual website programming, We do act as a funnel between our content providers, creators, and website developers. The church generates a tremendous amount of data on a weekly basis. Daily backups of the information is critical to smooth operation and continuity of church activities. We create backups locally and on-site, and off-site, outside, actually it's outside of our geographical area in the cloud, and yes, we're responsible for that too. Lastly, BIT takes care of the maintenance of all of the hardware and software here at Resurrection Lutheran. If something suddenly stops working, or a water pipe breaks near a computer, or a hurricane is on track to hit the area, or any number of other events, BIT fixes the problem or puts safeguards into place that protects the equipment from damage. And this can happen almost at any time of day or night. Once again, thank you for the opportunity. If you have any questions you'd like to assist in any way, please feel free to talk with Andy, Phil, or